Good evening and welcome back to Lit Lane. I am Demetri Lit All Day. This is the Demetri Lit All Day channel. And we are back for part two. Trial of a Negligent Son. Just as a recap, we began this yesterday, part one, obviously. The state of Georgia, Atlanta, Georgia, Fulton County to be exact. The state of Georgia accuses Helius Rooks, 51-year-old man, of unaliving his 83-year-old mother, Miss Merdotha Brooks. And it looks like it's going to be a case that it's a death by way of negligence, medical negligence. Hey, pretty out, Shannon. Good evening. Girl, I just woke up. I think I texted you and told you I was going to take a nap. I took a good nap. I almost slept through the time. I think I'm on here on time. I'm not sure. But I think I'm like a couple of minutes late. But anywho, hey, Daniel, good evening. So last night we started this trial. We got through the first witness, which was the first responding officer. He described in great detail pulling up to the house there after a call of a senior citizen having possibly died there at the residence. So the first cop pulls in, um, and the only thing he can say was it was kind of strange how the defendant, Mr. Helios Rooks, kept asking about life insurance. How does that work? And that was pretty much the important part that can come out of the first testimony from the law enforcement. Another thing that was of note is how he described walking up the sidewalk and walking up the sidewalk, even from back some distance from the house. He noticed like the flies, the swarm of flies in the house, and the smell of decay and death. That was the testimony from the first law enforcement that arrived on the scene. Good evening, OG Wu Chow. Okay, you're not late. You're on time. Thank you. Oh, you went back and checked out the trial that we had saw, the first testimony. And so the second person who we watched last night take the stand was not the medical examiner, but of the medical examiner's investigator. I guess would be the right name or title, right? So someone from the medical office, pulled in to get the body and do his investigation. And that testimony from that guy was very, I do believe, I'm pretty sure that's who I said Uji, OG Wu Child Talk was talking about. We actually showed the testimony from the medical officer, examiner's office. It was came with pictures, some of which was very graphic, right? Hey, Kurt Bixon, good evening. And so the first thing they caught the representative from the ME's office attention was the positioning of the body and the manner in which the body was found. The lady, 83 years old, was found on the floor, butt naked, lying in her own waist, laying on the floor amongst dog waste. We saw the victim. We saw some pictures with ulcers and scabs and just a horrible sight for anybody's loved one to be in. I'm talking about huge gaping wounds all on this woman's body. Her nails, the ME's office had taken a picture of her hand. The woman's hand, her nails was filthy. They showed a picture of the woman, a ring on her hand, and it was like one of those cluster diamond rings in the dirt, and it was so thick that you couldn't even see you couldn't even tell that's what it was. In some places they was finding, he went on to describe the life cycle of flies, and and how the different stages of it. And so the pictures would show that it was like those, not the actual maggots, but whichever phase it is of the fly, where it's like the maggot and then the pupil or pupil stage. Hey, foot soldier, where they had like the little eggs that the flies or the maggots go into and come out and fly. They had those little egg deposits all over the woman. So suffice it to say, you can definitely tell by looking at those pictures. When Lane looked at the jury box, looked at those pictures last night, the obvious lack of care. It was just so obvious. Now, of course, we heard the opening statements. The opening statements, the state, of course, is alleging the negligence, and also that the son who's on trial did some financial misdoings. We found out during the opening statement that the state is going to try to prove that the defendant had plenty of resources and money to help his mother and go get her the care she needed. She had her own money. She had her pension. She had her husband's pension coming in. The son had been having his deceased father's pension going directly into his account. Over $18,000, the state said, in the last couple of years, going straight to his account. But yet the mother wasn't giving any type of nurses. She didn't have any health insurance. She hadn't had no medication. They found medicine bottles in that house from over 2 years old. So it was a mess. So we only heard those two testimonies yesterday in the opening statements. Tonight we're going to jump into some witnesses. I called myself checking today, previewing the content for tonight a little bit ahead of time. And I thought we was gonna be watching this male cousin, two male cousins, but I was looking at the wrong day. That's probably tomorrow. So I haven't seen this content, but I do believe this is gonna be a family member coming up here first. So we're gonna jump right into it and get it started. Thank y'all for coming through. Hey, the cynical one, good evening. OG Wuchao say, I agree with you when you said he must have hated his mother, because how and why. Right. I did make that remark of how can you treat somebody like that you love, They showed how filthy their house was. And the defendant told the law enforcement that the last time he seen his mother alive was the day before. And the ME office had pulled up her eyelids, and it was like this thick cloudiness, which he said at that moment indicated that she had been deceased for some time, or probably maybe some time longer than that. So we're gonna find out, y'all. Is this a case of negligence? Negligence to the point of homicide? Or I don't know what else it can be a case of. Quite honestly, I was gonna say it's a case of this or that, but I just don't see how it can be anything else. And when you neglect somebody to the extent that this woman, the way they found her body, yeah, I think he should be going to prison. So we're gonna check out this. This is part 2. We're gonna jump right into his testimony. I do believe it's a family member finna take the stand, one of the first ones. We are finna see together. Let's see. Hope y'all had a good day today. I had a good day today. Productive.
How are we doing with audio? We're going to try it through our system.
I couldn't wait to get home.
Don't look so unoptimistic.
Okay, so we in here.
It takes the right operator.
All right.
Remember to click.
Let's see who this lady is.
Thank you, investigator, for being here. You are free to go.
Thank you, sir. Okay, that's who
and
we
one
watched
request for the
testify from the
jurors.
medical
If you've got a
examiner's
question,
office.
if you could sort of spell it out, just putting on the card, blue glove.
There we go.
Types it in the.
Now, who is this lady? Now, I'm assuming because she's black and older that she's family member. She don't have to be. She might not even be a family member.
I'm responsible for the 911 system.
Oh, okay, no, she is not family member.
Reports,
she now
all the audios for the center. I handle all the subpoenas for the DA's office and I testify all the court cases.
Okay, and does your job as record custodian include the responsibility to maintain the call records of the non-calls and the parents?
Yes.
Okay, so we're gonna get to hear the 911 call. Let's see how he sound when he
CAD
called us in.
report is a computer aided dispatch. A CAD report is created when you call 911. The operator creates a CAD. And what's on that CAD is the date of the call, the incident number, the location of the call, type of call it is. And you will see different times, what time the call came in from 911, the time the call was dispatched to the officer, and the time that he cleared the call.
And how is the information for the CAD maintained?
It's maintained in my office 24 hours.
Are CAD records maintained for each 911 call?
No,
When would it not be maintained?
but you could,
You can be at the podium, you can use the microphone, or you can belt it out. But if you want to stand away from a microphone, you got to project.
When would it not be maintained?
it all depends on the call. Call can dial 911 and ask for a phone number, and we'll advise them we don't give out phone numbers. So it all depends on the call.
Okay, so are CAD reports kept in the regular course of business?
Yes.
What type of information is included in CAD report?
The information that the caller gives to the operator, she types it in the remarks section.
And in the normal and ordinary course of business, when is the information that is included in the CAD generated?
At the time of the call.
Does that information on the CAD accurately reflect the act or information contained within?
Yes.
After a CAD is generated, how long is it kept with the police department?
While CAD goes back to 2000 to present.
How long are 911 tapes kept with the police department?
I'm gonna say Atlanta handle over 1 million calls a year. So our system purged on its own. The possibly can go back 3 years so far,
So as of right now, it's maintained
about 3 years.
in your time with APD, how many CAD reports and 911 recordings have you maintained?
Like I said, we take over 1 million calls a year. I've been with APD 32 years.
So that's a lot of calls. At some time, were you given a request from APD for a 911 and CAD report for an incident on February 8th, 2017, specifically in case number 170390884?
Yes,
And were you able to produce a 911 tape?
yes.
Were you able to produce a CAD report?
Yes.
I'm going to show you what's been marked as States Exhibit 106 and 107, and for the record, Your Honor, I have shown this.
Okay, 106 and 107. Got it.
Okay, can you identify these exhibits?
Okay, 107 is a copy of the incident report for that day. 106 is the 911 call that I placed to the DA's office.
Okay, and how can you identify it?
107 is a CAD report that you all got from homicide by the incident number. 106 is a 911 call I gave. I have my initials on there, on the CD.
Okay, and you had an opportunity to read that?
Yes, ma'am.
Are both the CAD and the 911 call that was produced kept in the regular and ordinary course of business for APD as we previously discussed?
Yes.
Your Honor, I would like to tender States Exhibits 106 and 177.
Mr. Corn, any objection to?
No objection.
They're admitted.
Your Honor, I ask for permission to publish both 106 and 107. I'll start with the CAD report, which is 107.
So tell me why you're publishing the CAD report.
There are going to be some questions that she'll ask, or that I'm going to ask her about it, and it may be helpful for the jury to see
Okay, any objection to the CAD report being published?
No, Your Honor.
Okay, go for it.
All right. I just want to go through the CAD and get a little bit of information. So, Ms. Ladner, what is the date that this CAD was generated?
February the 8th, 2017.
Okay, and can you tell from the CAD who made the 911 call?
It says, what is this, here your whoops?
Okay, and what's the location of that?
1251 North Avenue Northwest,
And what time did that call come in?
08:25 AM hours,
What time was an officer dispatched?
08:27 AM hours.
And now I'll ask to publish exhibit 2, the 911 report.
Okay,
Okay, so then here come the 911 call.
Yes, the 911 report.
but it's actually exhibit 106.
I'm sorry.
That's okay, just so the record is clear, because 2 is already in, it's a picture of the front of the house.
106.
106, all right.
Donna, just to clarify, if the jury, I'm sorry, for the jury, Ms. Letters, can you circle that time and the date and then the address?
So if you tap the lower left-hand corner of the screen, there you're gonna tap that little pencil picture, see in the lower left-hand corner, a little circle with a pencil, tap that again. Now your finger is a pen. You can circle whatever you want to circle.
And you want me to circle the date?
Yes.
Okay.
And then do another circle for me around the location of the incident. And then, what time did that call come in? And lastly, the time the officer was dispatched. Thank you. And what time did the officer arrive at the location?
Sort of crossed it out.
08:31
Yeah.
hours. Sorry, y'all.
No, that's all right. You didn't know you were gonna be asked that.
Thank you. Okay, and now the state would ask permission to publish exhibit 106.
Yes, ma'am. Just make sure the right boxes get checked. Try to play it.
My mother is deceased. Hello? Hello? Hello?
Well, damn, why the 911 representative operator ain't saying nothing? That's crazy.
Hello?
Atlanta 911,
Hello?
number 2662, what's the address of emergency?
That was
Yes,
weird.
this is a non-emergency. My mother is deceased, and it was expected.
Your mother is what, sir?
She passed away.
Okay, so you need the
She died.
police to location, what is that I can help you with?
That's what, coroner, the police coroner? I'm not sure.
I'm not
Who
understanding you,
called?
sir.
My mother has passed away, and
Okay,
I was like a coroner or the police or the coroner.
Okay, where do we need to come to? Where are we coming to?
1251 North Avenue, Northwest, Atlanta, Georgia. 30318.
House apartment business.
House
What is your name?
Hillius, Hillius. Rook, ROOKS.
And what's your phone number?
It's 404-934-5660.
It's 404-934-5660. And how do you know she's that way, sir?
How do I know what?
She's that way, sir.
She's in the living room now, on the floor.
Okay, understand she's in the
Right.
living room. You're saying she's a certain way. How do you know she's that way? She's not breathing. What is it that she's doing?
Right,
That makes you think
right.
She's gone.
She's cold. She's not breathing.
Okay, so you need an ambulance. Hold on one moment. Hold on.
Dang, did she hang up on me? Oh, that's why she hung up.
EMS, what's the address of the emergency?
Excuse me?
EMS, what is the address of the emergency?
12, it's not an emergency. 1251 North Avenue. Hello?
Repeat the address to make sure I have it correct, please.
1251 North Avenue, Northwest.
Is that a house, a business, or an apartment?
It's a house.
What's the phone number you're calling from?
404-934-5660.
And your name?
Hillius, Hillius. Rooks, ROOKS.
And Hillius, tell me exactly what happened.
My mother's deceased. She was expected. She passed away. And that's why I was trying to tell the 911 operator it's not an emergency. I'm not sure what's the procedure. Call the police and the coroner or.
I understand.
Huh?
Let me ask you a few questions, and we'll get you the help that you need, okay?
Hey, went to you late.
Okay.
No, I'm kidding. I was late. Good evening.
Yes.
Listening to the 911 call.
83.
Is she awake?
No, she's deceased. She's cold and not breathing. It was expected she had dementia, Alzheimer's.
All right. If there's a defibrillator available, send someone to get it now in case we need it.
Huh?
I said if there's a defibrillator available,
No?
send someone to get it now and let me know when you have it.
He said what?
You want me to get one?
If there is a defibrillator available, yes, sir.
No, it's not one available. Hello?
This is a weird 911 call on the 911 side of things. Hey, good evening, Lady Aries. Good to see you this evening.
Ms. Evans, other than the CAD report and did you do anything else involved in this case?
No, ma'am.
No questions, Your Honor.
Any questions for Ms. Latners? Seeing none, thank you, ma'am, for being here.
I just thought the only thing I thought was weird about the call was the fact that he had to keep saying hello, hello, hello.
Next witness.
That was very weird to me.
Call Darren Smith just then.
I definitely would want to call 911 and literally get dead air. You know, how weird would that be in the case of a real emergency? You call 911, you want to hear 911 was your emergency, not just silence. It took that 911 operator more than 10 or 15 seconds to say something. That was so weird. And then when she transferred him over, she didn't say, well, I'm gonna transfer you. You go talk to somebody, and she was like, hey, let me get, okay, well, you need an ambulance. Let me get one. And then she just like cold transferred him. That was strange. Sensitivity training, yes, a must. Let's see who this man is.
Yes. Darren Smith, DARRINSMITH,
You look like a detective with a suit on.
Detective Smith, where do you work?
City of Atlanta Police Department,
And how long have you been with the City of Atlanta Police Department?
17 and a half years.
And what is your current assignment with the City of Atlanta Police Department?
Currently, I'm assigned to our Office of Professional Standards in our Internal Affairs Unit,
And how long have you been assigned to that?
a little over 2 years.
Prior to your assignment to your current unit, where were you assigned?
For a brief time, I was in East Atlanta as a detective in the Zone 6 precinct for about 6 months.
That's
But
what I
prior
thought,
to that,
detective.
I was in homicide for 7.5 years.
Learn something new today.
Yes,
And how long were you with the homicide? You just said
7.5 years.
And if you can tell the jury, what was those years that you were with the homicide?
2012 to 2019, early 12, late 2019.
And if you can tell the jury, when as a detective assigned to the homicide unit, what are your primary jobs?
As member of a homicide unit, we respond to all homicides in the city of Atlanta. We respond to and handle any active kidnappings that occur in the city of Atlanta. Sometimes we'll respond to deaths that responding officer may not know exactly if it's like a natural death or could be suspicious in nature. So we'll respond to those if they don't know, to provide some assistance to make sure that if a crime did occur, it wasn't overlooked based on our experience.
And when you were assigned to the homicide unit, how were cases assigned to detectives?
We have a rotation. When I was there, maybe been anywhere from, at some point, 10 of us in the rotation, up to 15 detectives. There was a list on the board. If I was number one, the next homicide or next case that required investigating, that I would be the lead detective. I would move to the bottom of the list and unfortunately work my way back up to the top.
And when you were assigned, or when a person is assigned as a lead detective, do they have other detectives who may assist them in their investigation?
Yes,
And why is that?
it's a lot of work for one detective to do. There's a lot of moving parts or potential moving parts in any type of homicide investigation where we all work together to try to resolve the issue to determine what occurred and who was involved. So a lead detective may kind of farm out some of the work, canvases, trying to locate witnesses, assisting crime scene and processing and search warrants and so on.
I want to direct your attention to February 8th, 2017. Did you have the occasion to respond to 1251 North Avenue, Atlanta, Georgia, Fulton County?
I did.
And why did you respond to that scene?
We were requested, I believe through a beat officer that responded through the request of an investigator, Gilbo, with the Fulton County Medical Examiner's Office due to the nature of a death that they were on scene.
And what happened once you arrived?
When I arrived on scene, I met with investigator Gilbo, the Fulton County Medical Examiner's Office, and he kind of explained what was going on and why he requested the homicide unit to respond there because of the nature of the death.
And were you assigned a lead detective?
I was not.
Who was your lead detective?
Investigator Kevin Leon Packer.
And when you arrived, you said that you spoke with some of the officers and the medical examiner, investigator. What else did you do?
I had a conversation with investigator Leon Packer and had come to the direction, I guess, of him in the conversation we had where I would assist in processing evidence that needed to be collected in the crime scene and completing a crime scene diagram of the location.
And when you say you spoke with Detective about processing the scene, if you can explain to jurors, what do you mean by processing the scene?
Processing any scene, we want to make sure that we're collecting any evidence that is relevant to the type of case that we're working. Photograph the area to get a better idea of it, draw a diagram, a basic diagram to kind of show the pictures. We may take a video walkthrough of a crime scene. We just want to make sure that we're collecting any evidence that we may have to use later that may assist us in obtaining a suspect and throughout the court proceedings.
Now, you just discussed that you were responsible for processing the scene during the crime scene.
That's correct.
And did you do that in this case?
I did.
I'm gonna show you what's been marked as state exhibit number 45. Tell me if you recognize exhibit 45.
I do.
And what is
See,
exhibit 45?
This is the crime scene diagram I completed at
okay, let me make sure
1251
ain't no
North Avenue.
pictures coming up, because this court shows everything.
You did.
Make sure there's no surprises for us.
It is.
Your Honor, this time,
Okay. Don't look like
number 14.
Any objection to states 4-5
No, Your Honor.
submitted?
Your Honor, next I'm going to show you, what's the mark of state exhibit number 46. Do you recognize this exhibit
Oh,
number
she wearing that
46?
green
I do.
suit, that's
And
pretty.
what is exhibit number 46?
This is a video of the crime scene
Oh,
or the
dress.
inside of the home.
And why do you do a crime scene video?
I like to do them personally because it gives people a perspective. Photos only give you a little portion of what you're looking at. Videos give you a perception, better depth perception, how close objects are to each other, and just an overall view of how everything looks.
And looking at exhibit 46, is that a fair and accurate video of the home at 1251 North Avenue as depicted on February 8, 2017?
Yes, it is.
You're right, this time state like the Tennessee exhibit 46.
Any objection to states 46?
No, Your Honor.
Also
Okay, so
admitted.
we saw pictures of the house yesterday that was deplorable.
Granted.
Now we're gonna see videos of it.
First, look at exhibit number 45.
Hey, Lou, hey, welcome back to the Little Lane Jury Box.
As you look at exhibit number 45.
Hope you have a good day today.
Of your crime scene diagram,
Yes, it is.
with the address and the date and the incident number.
Correct.
Thank you for
And
joining
the
me.
date of the drawing.
Yes.
And did you do that on the same day that you responded to this?
Yes, I did.
All right. Now, you can orient the jury to what we're looking at exhibit number, page 2 of exhibit number 45.
This is a bird's eye view of the inside of the home that we were at. On the lower left-hand corner, you'll see a depiction of some stairways. That's the main entrance into the home. And then when you walk in, you're in the main living area quarters. And then further off to the left, there's a kitchen area. Beyond that is a bedroom, and past your right is a bathroom, and then another bedroom in the back. And then there was another room that we didn't go into.
I'm sorry.
I said the back corner room, I believe there was a room, I believe there was a dog in there, so we didn't enter that room.
And what, is that because you heard the dog or why was it?
We heard a dog scratching at the door, without knowing
Well, that's
the
weird.
background of the dog, we may not be entering it.
Now, looking at state exhibit number 46.
That's weird that they just don't go in the room because of the dog in there. I would think they would say, sir, can you go tie the dog to a tree? We're doing an investigation here. But that's me.
And 105. Yeah,
Yeah, I'm so sleepy. Bubble. Taking a long time to play this video. Let me try to fast forward it.
February 8, 2017.
Yes, it is.
You're on this time to take the state would like to tender, state exhibit 47 through 52. 54, 56 through 57, 59, 61 through 62, 65, 69, and 72 through 84. And 82, I'm sorry. 72 through 82.
Judge, I do have an objection to numbers 50 through 56, the one she didn't mention all of those in that inclusive, but I'm objecting to all of those, just make sure.
Yeah, I'm gonna just do an hour tonight because I am so tired, y'all. Very tired.
Otherwise, I don't have objections.
Okay, so you're concerned about 50 through 56?
Correct.
Which from 50 through, your list is all over the place. 50 through 56, which ones are you trying to admit? All 50 through 56? It's not right. You didn't try to admit 53.
I have as my section 47 through 52.
Okay. So not 53. I need to know of photographs numbered 50 through 56, what are you trying to admit?
47.
That's not within 50 to 56.
So out of that is 52,
Not 50 and 51.
50, 51, 52, 54. 56. and
Okay.
56. Those are the ones I would like.
So 50, 51, 52.
That's what I said, 'cause she wearing that green.
54,
That
and
look good on her.
56. I get that right?
Those are the pictures that you are to duplicate.
But yeah, I'm so tired today. Believe it or not, I don't know about where y'all at, but here in Houston, it is still hot. It is still hot outside. So when I'm out there door dashing, you know, it don't matter about the air conditioning in the car. You still get hot when you be out there all day or a few hours a day. And today it just got me. It had tucking me out. It's taking a forever to show these damn pictures. Let me. Here we go. Let me make sure I unmute it. Damn, that's their backyard.
We're gonna actually start with 6 exhibit number 2, which has already been admitted.
Hopefully, I will sleep good.
Now, is this the house that you responded
Well, I
to?
probably don't want it as cold
back on
where
February
you
18th,
at.
2017?
But a little coolness there would be nice.
Now, we're looking at 6 exhibit number 47.
You can always put layers on. When it's hot, it ain't too much you can do about that. It's very rainy where you at. It's supposed to be where you towards
What are
California.
we looking at? 6 exhibit number 47.
I heard it was raining like it's about to be Noah's
This
Ark
is to
out there in
the left
California.
side of the house. If you're facing the house in the previous photo, this is
That rain supposed to be coming this
fenced
way
area
Thursday.
looking into the backyard of the house.
And
A little rain would be nice too.
the way that the pictures are depicted was this kind of overgrown shrubbery and
Yeah, that's what I
is
figured.
that how the side of the home looked upon your arrival?
That is how it looked.
So this
Now
her
showing
son
you
wasn't
what
doing shit. He
six
wasn't
exhibit
cutting the
number
grass.
51.
He wasn't cleaning up the house. He wasn't putting no clothes on his mama. Uh-oh.
And we're going to
I
specifically
didn't-
talk about
Moment. Hold on.
very
Hold on. Sorry. Oh, Lord. Now, didn't I just fast forward through there? Didn't I just try to make sure there wasn't going to be no pictures? Child. Sorry, y'all. Trigger warning. Hold on. Hold on. I'm going through again, trying to make sure. Okay. I thought I had went through. It's 48 degrees. Well, let me stop complaining because I don't want it to be no 48 degrees down here. And I just thought about it. I don't want it to be raining too hard for too long down here either. Yeah, I fast forwarded. So hopefully, let me take one more. Let me red ball one more time. Make sure. Okay, I don't think it's gonna be number body pictures.
And what is exhibit number 76?
It's like a piece of mail from Gen Care Senior Medical Center out of Decatur, Georgia.
And did you open that?
I did not.
Now looking at state exhibit number 81.
Wait a minute. Let me tell y'all real quick. This is so off subject, but my last DoorDash order today was to this man, and it was dropping off some. He had ordered some. I went to Dollar General, right, and he got a 24-pack case of water and a few 6-packs of Cokes, right. So of course I can't carry the water and the Cokes at the same time. So I'm bringing up the bags with the Cokes and everything, and I knocked for the man to come out because the DoorDash app was telling me I was at the wrong place, right? So I calls the customer number and I say, hey, this your Dasher. Can you come to the door because I need to make sure I'm at the right place because the app is telling me I'm in the wrong location. And he's like, no, you at the right place because I can hear you outside. So I'm still wanting his ass to come to the door because I need to make sure the door opened up before I leave this stuff, right? So, but he come and open the door. Man, it was this big old black man. He was like maybe 6'3", if not taller, and real wide and big. But the thing about him was his big old black ass, and he was real dark. His big old self had on a onesie. He had on a onesie, y'all. And I was just so taken aback by his big burly butt having on that all-in-one outfit in the middle of the day. It was like 3:00 in the afternoon. And so I say, ooh, I see you in your onesie. That's what I told that man. Because I didn't know what else to say. I said, ooh, look at you in your onesie. I see you. And then I was thinking, damn, his big ass got on this onesie. Ain't nowhere in the world he gonna come down these steps and get this damn water. You know what I'm saying? Because in the back of my mind, I was like, damn, good. He see this a woman out here bringing this stuff. Maybe he'll bring his ass down here and get this water instead of having me walk up them steep ass stairs. You better think again. His big ass didn't even step his foot. It looked like it took him all the time. It took me to walk down the stairs, go to my car, and get this case of water. It took him all that time to bend his big ass over in that onesie and get the damn Cokes. I was like, these men ain't worth shit. He like a big old bear up in there with that damn onesie on hibernating, okay? I don't think a man should have on no damn onesie like that. You know what I'm saying? I mean, the only time a man should maybe have on a onesie like that is if they taking family pictures and a whole family got on some Christmas onesies. Okay. Other than that, it don't make no sense, and it's very disarming to see a big burly man like that in a whole onesie. Okay. So think about that next time you put your onesie on. Okay. Rain for us in November is weird. Normally it is dry, but we need the rain because we did not have a good rain since January. Yeah, it's been kind of dry out here too. And that's my one little DoorDash story for today. Everything else was regular. I said, ooh, look at you in your onesie. I see you. Yeah, I told that man
Now,
that. I had looked him up and down.
Bottle, are you able to tell the date in which this prescription, the date of that prescription, or the date that the prescription would have expired?
Looks like you said refill of 9/01.
And that indicates September 2001.
Yes.
Now, going back to station number 45, which is your crime scene sketch. Now, there is a 1 indicated on your crime scene sketch. Is that consistent with that yellow placard one that we saw in that other picture?
Yes, it is.
Okay. And why do you have it on side of your crime scene sketch?
So it's, again, that's identifying a piece of evidence in this matter. to identify.
You
specifically
okay?
What
A
we're
female can wear a
looking
onesie
at or what we're
anytime
trying
she
to
wants.
identify
Okay.
for any potential evidence.
Well, I guess a man can too. He did.
And your person doesn't see the video.
That was called, but that was some thermals. You know what I'm saying? That sounded like some thermals, and that was okay. No, what they call them, long johns. If your grandpa, he had on some long johns. This man ones he had a damn drawstring on it. Okay. I didn't look around his front area to really hard to see if he had a pouch, but I don't think he even had pockets.
And here, what street are you kind of video recording, or is being video recorded?
The video is being recorded on North Avenue, giving a perspective
Oh,
of
this the video.
the entire street
Oh,
associated
Lord.
with the house.
Now, there's some cars in the driveway where those
I'm
cars.
gonna make sure the
there
body ain't gonna be showed again.
arrivals.
Yes.
Okay, when he hit this door, I'm gonna put my picture on the screen.
And earlier we showed you some pictures. We showed you some pictures of a gate with some shrubbery. Was that to the left that we just saw? The video kind of panning back to.
Actually, right where you're looking now in that general area.
And could you tell what was in the back of the home prior to all the shrubbery and all of the items back there?
Damn, that's their
You can see
backyard.
some loose tires and it looks like some old ladders.
Do you know if there was a pool back there?
I do not know that.
Okay, let me put my picture up for when he hit the door because the living room should be right there. Oh, I wish I could show y'all right here. That couch, the couch was actually like from the pictures, it looked like the couch was like just sitting flat, right? But on the video, you could tell that the couch wasn't just sitting flat on the floor behind the body. The couch is actually upended. So like the back half of the couch was actually up against the wall, and it looked like
That's how you found
with the
body and
video,
everything
it looked
with all
like
the flies and all
like
that.
her body was just dumped
Yes, this
out.
was all done
the couch.
before the scene was
And on the
photographed.
video, her
So the
body
video comes
is
first, and then
swarmed
the pictures.
with
Correct.
flies
The video is as is
all
without
over
us
this
entering
woman.
any evidence markers or anything into the
We didn't
scene,
see that in the
introducing
picture.
anything. This is as we see it.
And why do you do it that way?
And
It's
again,
important
the
in an
video
investigation to see
shows how
things
that
are,
couch.
how a scene looks.
It looked like
before
he
we
just kind of
enter
like, you know how you
into
pick up the
scene,
back of
'cause once we
something
get to the point, we
to
may have
dump
to
something
conduct a
out.
little more intrusive
That's
searches,
how that couch is actually
looking for evidence, moving
put up
tables,
like right there. We
moving,
couldn't tell that in the
emptying out
picture.
drawers, moving boxes. We just want to see the situation as is.
So I ain't being funny, but it really looked like he just kind of like lifted up. Oh, girl, hold on. This is like a picture of my daddy. Let me show y'all. Y'all remember these graduation pictures? Hold on. Let me show y'all. Remember the graduation pictures look like that? I swear to goodness, that picture right there, that man with that afro, they're like my daddy's graduation picture. Okay, let me find out. The defendant looked like my daddy when he was young.
And there's no sound, but at this time, is there stuff going on outside which is happening? Like, is there actual sound, but we're just not listening or hearing?
He went to say, he said he
There is,
turned the couch over to
believe.
dump on the floor to get her unstuck. Oh, Lord. Child. And I called myself previewing this for tonight, but I did it. I forgot we didn't get through this whole day. I thought we had got to the end of this day. So I previewed the next part, the wrong damn part, obviously. Ooh, I remember when them houses used to have organs in them, church organs almost.
And when you're zooming
So
in,
this is an old school house,
will be a person kind of zooming in on some specific.
very old school house.
Surprise.
Surprised I don't see a picture of Martin
If
Luther
you
King
zoom
on
in,
the
you want to
wall.
try to see
Damn,
what
they
you're
got
looking at.
dog
So
shit all
sometimes
through the
when you just
house.
pass by real quick, they maybe some detail that you can't view until you pause and zoom.
That's weird. A kitchen, a door to the kitchen. I ain't never seen a house with a door to the kitchen. Yeah, they got clothes hung up in the kitchen. Shoes in the kitchen. Well, if they would have came, like let's say somebody would have called Adult Protective Services, right? Them people from Adult Protective Services, I think they could have came out and gave him a warning about cleaning up the house and stuff. They keep coming. He would have got a charge against him anyway for abuse. You can go to jail for that, neglect and abuse and stuff when it get to a certain extent. But he had food up in there, plenty of food. Damn, they like cupcakes. Boudin. Okay, so I was right about that. So he would have got in trouble just for keeping the house like that and keeping her in that condition. So yeah, if she died because of the neglect, yeah, you should go to prison. God, why you got all these house? Why you got all that house cleaning stuff and the house not clean? Which reminds me, I gotta get this house cleaned up. The whistle coming, my honey coming over here this weekend. So I'll be straightening it up, but my honeycomb it requires extra straightening. People say damn shame. He definitely kept food in there. Who was eating it though? I don't know, cause I know we saw all them forks around the lady, like she was eating right there. She ate on that couch, slept on that couch, she lived on that couch. Don't forget they showed a picture of the bedroom, which they probably going to right now. They had the bedroom tied off. Her bedroom was tied off, and damn sure when they opened the door, she couldn't sleep up in there, and they hadn't slept up in there.
Now, what was going on here with this? What is it?
That was a couch. It looked like it was inverted upwards.
Hold
To be
on,
honest,
hold on.
I don't- That may have been into that back bedroom that we didn't.
Oh,
go
that's
into
a
as
different
well.
couch. Okay.
I honestly don't recall, but it is in a doorway or.
Now this was the mama bedroom here.
But that's not
He
the
didn't
same
sleep.
couch that we see in the living room. That's a totally different couch that's standing upright.
That's correct.
Could you tell, it looks like we were zooming in on that, on the white panel. Can you tell what those things were on the white panel?
No, I'm not sure why it was zoomed in.
After doing kind of the video, collecting the evidence or taking pictures and doing the crime scene sketch. Did that conclude your involvement in this case?
It did.
Okay. Thank you. No further questions.
Mr. Corn?
Nothing.
Okay, so no more question from him. Let's get to one more witness here for the evening. Hope I want to get to a family member. Who is this black lady? All right, so all he did was take some videos. Let's see who this lady is, y'all. Maybe she got a
Jacqueline
shawl.
Williams, Jacquelyn Williams, Williams.
Okay, she definitely gonna be family.
And Ms. Williams, where are you from?
Decatur, Georgia.
And if you're comfortable, you can keep your mask on, but if you're comfortable, you can take it off.
Thank you. That'll help us hear you a little bit better. I appreciate it.
Decatur, Georgia.
And
Sure.
is that where you were born and raised?
I was born in Atlanta, Georgia.
But you currently reside in Decatur?
Yes,
And do you work?
yes.
What type of work do you do?
Financial services,
And who do you work for?
Primerica,
Primary?
Primerica Financial Services as an independent representative.
And prior to work for Primerica, did you work for any other organization?
Yes.
Doing the same stuff in financial services?
No, I was a more independent contractor doing anything from IT to administrative.
And did you ever have the occasion to get your CPA license? Or get your CPA?
No,
Did you ever have the occasion to learn how to do taxes?
yes.
And when was that?
Oh, I started doing taxes in 2000. I want to say 2008. I started doing it for IRS at a vital site down at the Georgia building on Porter downtown. What do they call that building? It's on the corner of Hank Aaron. It's down that way. It's where you
Hey,
go
Sparkle,
for,
good evening. Good to see you, and thank you for sharing all my
training,
videos.
things like that.
And so you learned how to do taxes back in the early 2000s, somewhere downtown.
Yes. Well, I learned how to do. I used to ask for work for IRS. So
Now, do you know Hilliard's Brooks?
yes,
And how long have you known Hilliard's Brooks?
since '95.
Oh, so she
And
not.
how did you all meet?
I met him through his cousin Anthony Williams.
And are you related to Anthony Williams?
No.
And do you see Hilliard's in the courtroom today?
Yes.
If you can identify him by item of clothing that he is wearing.
Black jacket, white shirt.
So we got two gentlemen there with
Okay, but-
black, they didn't do that intentionally. There's a white guy and a black guy.
The black guy with the black jacket, white shirt. He's in the middle between the female and the male.
You have identified Mr. Rooks. Thank you.
Thank you, Your Honor. And since you met through your cousin, through his cousin, Anthony Williams, where did you all meet?
At a party.
And about when did you?
She look like she drank.
Ooh, that's so long ago. When you say when, you mean like month?
No, not like year.
It was around 95.
And tell us a little about your relationship when you first met Hilliard's Brooks.
When I first met Hilliard's Brooks, we started dating.
How long ago?
Oh,
About a year.
And was this back in the 90s, like the 95 time?
Yes, yes.
You said you dated for about a year. After you all stopped dating, did you all remain friends or in contact with each other?
Yes.
How long did you all remain in contact with each other?
I'll say maybe up to 2000, maybe 2013, something like that.
Is it on or about 2013?
Yeah.
Could it have been a little bit longer in 2013?
Whenever I called the DFAX is when the last time I really communicated with him.
She looks like
And
she
when you
might
say
take a little
defects,
nip or
you mean
two.
the adult protective service?
Yes.
Okay,
Yes.
we'll get to that in a moment. right?
Okay.
During the course of your friendship with Hilius Brooks, did you ever have the occasion to meet his mother, Madoka Brooks?
Yes.
When did you meet her?
Probably around that time, around 95. Yes.
So early on in your friendship relationship?
Yes.
And do you recall where you met her?
At her home
And where was her house?
on North Avenue
And then North End,
in Atlanta, Georgia.
this is Atlanta. And how many times did you meet her?
I may have seen her maybe about 5 times.
And it's all that still kind of in that early 90s or mid 90s?
Yes. Yes.
Now, I know you said you met her at her house.
Mhm.
Have you ever been in or around her home and not see her?
During the time we were dating?
That started during the time you all were dating?
Yes.
What about after you all were dating? Would you ever go by the house?
No.
Now, when you first met Ms. Brooks, was she working?
No, she was retired.
And do you know what she was retired from?
She was a school teacher.
And at the time when you first met the defendant, was his father around?
Yes.
Do you know his father's name?
Jimmy Rooks.
And what about Jimmy? Was he working or was he retired?
He was retired as well.
And did Hilius have any siblings?
Yes.
Okay, do you know how many?
One. He had a brother, Allison. He had another brother, Gregory. And he had a sister, has a sister.
Now, let's talk about Addison first. Do you know who Addison's mother and father was?
Madolta and Jimmy Rooks.
What about, you said he had a sibling, Greg, do you know who his mother and father were?
I know his father was Jimmy Rooks. I didn't know his mother.
Was Madoka his mom?
No.
Okay. And he said he also had a sister?
Yes.
Was the sister Madoka's child?
No, Jimmy.
And to your knowledge, was Greg and that sister, did you know her name?
No.
Do you know they?
Okay, so he was the only
Older.
biological child of the victim. So maybe that's why the responsibility only fell on him, even though his brother had died eventually.
Now, when you first met Hilius, was he working?
Yes.
Where did he work?
He was working at the Underground Atlanta Hotel.
And this is back in the 90s?
Yes.
Did you know if he had any other job at that time?
I know he's worked at ESPN Zone in Buckhead, and he's also worked at Georgia Tech.
Now, was these at different times that he was
Yes.
working at, you said the Underground Hotel, and then ESPN Restaurant, and then at Georgia Tech?
Yes.
Do you recall where did he work first? Did he work at the hotel first?
Yes.
And then after the hotel, where did he work?
ESPN Zone,
And after ESPN Zone?
Georgia Tech.
When he was working at Georgia Tech, around what time was he working at Georgia Tech?
Oh, wow. I don't know exactly when he started, but I know it was up until his mother's death.
Okay, so you don't know when he started, but at least in 2017, he was working at Georgia Tech?
Yes.
All right. Now, I think we briefly talked about this, but you dated him in the 90s, but after dating him, you remained friends with him up until the APS
Yes.
report, right? How often would you see him? And
Don't
we're
look
gonna
like
kind of Fast forward in the 2000s, how often would you kind of see him And I'll frame it for you. Respect it. Let me ask you this. Is Jimmy Lee Brooks alive?
No.
Do you know about when he passed away?
Wow. I'll say maybe 2 or 3 years before the Delta's death.
So maybe somewhere between 2012 and 2013?
Yes.
All right. So we're gonna go after Mr. Brooks. Did you have occasion to be around him?
Yes.
Yeah, that's Apollo Big Mouth.
And during that time, talking about that period after Mr. Brooks died, how often would you see Hilliers?
It wasn't on a regular basis. It would be periodically if I'm on that side of town. I'll see him.
You said you were on that side of town. Were you living on a different side of town?
Yes, I live in Decatur and he lives on the west side.
Where on the west side was he?
Well, his mother lived on the west side. I know he was also living in Buckhead with a young lady named.
I told y'all that.
She had a really unusual name.
I told y'all that. You know, we saw his truck in the yard. It's not fancy. You see the house now. He's not spending money on the house. He wasn't spending money on a lot of different stuff. I told y'all he had a woman somewhere he was shacking up with here and there and giving his money to. Told y'all that.
So for Jay.
The money was going somewhere.
So he lived in Buckhead. Does the name Janara sound familiar?
Yes.
So he was living in Buckhead with Janara, and his mother also lived on the west side.
Yes.
And when we say she lived on the west side, is that on North Avenue?
North Avenue.
And you wouldn't see him that often. Would you talk to him on the phone or on the phone?
Occasionally, I would talk to him. Yes.
When you would see him, where would you see him?
At the park.
What park?
Maddox Park.
And where's Maddox Park at? In relation to North Avenue?
North Avenue ends, and then you make a left. I don't know if that's still North Avenue that goes onto Bankhead, but his house is behind the park. His mother's house is behind the park.
And so that park is near his mother's house in the city of Milton?
Yes.
And sometimes you see him at the park?
Yes.
Would you see him anywhere else?
Mostly at the park, yes.
Would you ever have the occasion to kind of drive by his home?
To meet him, yes. But I never would go inside. I will always stay in my car.
Why won't you go inside?
I didn't have a reason to go on the inside.
So if you were going by his mother's house to see him?
I would meet him there because he would usually take her some food to eat and then he would leave.
And then he would leave?
Yes.
Okay. And then you would just talk to him in his route, either coming to drop the food off or to leave?
Yes.
Now, when you were at the house in this period, when you may drive by, see him drop off food, or he would come outside and speak with you, did you ever have the occasion to see his mother during that period of time?
No.
During this course of time, would you ever ask him about his mother, see how her well-being, see how she was doing?
Well, he would tell me, that she had dementia. She would be forgetting things. He would take her food. She would forget that he brought her food and would go and get food in the kitchen. So, he would tell me these things.
Okay, so he told you about the condition of his mother?
Yes.
And is this again during that period after his father died, probably around 2012, 2013, up until 2014?
Yes.
And when he would tell you these things about his mother, what would you say to him? Or what, if anything, did you say to him?
Well, I would share my experience that I was going through with my grandmother because I was helping take care of my grandmother, and she had dementia as well. She was 100 years old. So, I was share my experience with her. And I know once he had called me and asked me to help him find a doctor for her because I think her doctor either retired or passed. I can't exactly remember the conversation. So I told him, sure, I'd be glad to help him find a doctor, but I never heard anything else about it.
When you said you never heard anything else about it, so he actually had to help you find a doctor.
Yes.
You said yes.
Yes.
And he never followed up with you?
No. No.
Did you ever follow with him or inquire with him about finding a doctor?
No. Because I assume maybe he asked someone else. I don't know.
But you were willing to help him locate a doctor?
Yes.
Now, during that time, I know you said you didn't see Miss Brooks, and I'm still talking about this period after Mr. Jimmy was passed away, up until the APS, Adult Protective Services report. Did you ever have the occasion to hear him speak to his mother?
Yes.
Okay. How many times, how often have you had the occasion to hear him and how he spoke to his mother?
This is an ex-girlfriend of
Maybe
the
about 4 or 5
defendant.
times I've heard him speak to his mom, either on the phone when
An
he would be
ex-girlfriend.
there and I would be talking, or he will call her. And he was always just very frustrated, irritated, you know, make comments like, well, she's interfering with my life, you know, blah, blah, blah. Just not nice. He didn't speak to her very nice.
Was that all those times that you heard it? You said about 4 or 5
Yes,
times.
yeah, he would raise his voice at her. You know, he was just always frustrated when it came to his mother.
And when you heard him speak to his mother in that fashion, did you say anything to him about it?
Yes, yes.
No problem.
You shouldn't talk to your mom like that. That's your mom.
And what was his response to that?
No response.
But then, would that be every
Hey,
time?
Kendra, good to see you this evening.
No, not every time, but you know, it just gets to a point. It got to a point.
Oh, thank you for the
getting
replay.
frustrated with me to hear him always.
Understand this is
mom like
ex-girlfriend. And this is the brute of her. I think that's why they called her.
Now,
This to tell how he was talking to his mama, how he treated her.
you said you would hear him kind of yelling. Have you ever heard him call her out of her name?
Oh Lord, I know.
No, he didn't call her out of her name.
Thank God.
So it would just be kind of an anger, aggressive, frustrated.
Yes, yes.
Now, you said you had some concerns about how he was speaking to his mother. Did you ever have any other concerns about his treatment of his mom?
I had concerns when one day I met him at his house and he went in. I saw him open the burglar bar door and he went in to take her some food. And I asked him, do your mom have a key to get out? And he said, no. I'm like, well, that's not good. You shouldn't leave her in the house all day like that by herself because of the dementia. And it's suppose something happened while she's in the house. She can't get out of the house. And he said, well, I'm trying to keep other people out of the house, or somewhere like that.
Did he ever elaborate on why you're trying to keep other people out of the house?
No, I didn't ask. No.
So that's just what he told you as to why she did not have a key.
Yes.
So she couldn't get out in case of fire or nothing else.
After his father passed away.
Yes. Yes.
Now, I know that you said earlier that Mr. Rooks, you know, talked to you about the fact that his mother had dementia, and then you would hear him maybe in a frustrated tone talk to her. Did you ever make any suggestions to him about her care, or what if anything he could do about getting him assistance with her care?
Yes, I had suggested, because his cousin Anthony Williams didn't live too far from him. And I had suggested, you know, since he still had both of his parents' vehicles there.
Who had both his parents?
He did.
Hillius?
Hillius. That why won't he ask Anthony to, you know, let him borrow one of the cars and let him come over there? And I'm sure he wouldn't mind coming to help his aunt cook, you know, and sit there and watch him, because he took care of his mom before she passed.
Who took care of his mother?
Anthony.
Anthony took care of his mother.
Yes,
And so you made a suggestion that Anthony, the petition come to watch.
yes, yes.
And what was Hilly's response to that, to those
He
suggestions?
didn't give me a response.
Do you know if he ever got Anthony
Basically.
to come over and sit and watch?
I don't know.
I'm trying to listen to see why she called APS.
Now, did you make any other suggestions outside of potentially having his cousin come over and watch her? And suggest that maybe Anthony could use one of the vehicles that were inside the house?
No,
Now, when it comes to the vehicles, did Hillis have his own car?
yes.
What kind of car did he have?
A PT Cruiser.
And do you recall the types of cars that were at the Brooks' home?
His dad had a Jeep Grand Cherokee, maybe a Ford. I know it was a small pickup truck, and his mom had maybe a Ford Explorer, I believe. And she had another vehicle as well.
And so was it your suggestion that it could be one of these other cars, not the PT Cruiser?
Yes.
That Anthony potentially could use to come back and forth to the home?
Yes.
Now, you mentioned it earlier, but did you have the occasion to make an anonymous report to Adult Protective Service?
I made one.
Okay, here we go.
Yes.
Do you recall the year in which you made that?
No, I don't recall the year, but it was when I made the report, that was the last time I communicated with him.
Communicated with,
With Hilliard Brooks.
Well, looking at a copy of her refresher memory as to when you
Yes.
made that.
Now this is what I want to hear. Why she made the call and what happened. Because I want to know if APS had been made aware of this situation, why they didn't monitor it. We talked about APS yesterday.
She made the reports, I think I can to refresh your memory as to the dates.
Remember in the beef sector, they were threatening to call APS on a couple of people that was taking care of their family.
I'm going to show you what's a marked for identification, what I show you defense counsel states exhibit 110. I want you to look at the top of this report, see if it helps refresh your memory as to the month, date, and year that you made that report.
Yes.
Okay. Does that help refresh your memory?
Yes.
When did you?
Okay. Yes. Yeah, I remember that. Yes.
Okay. When did you make the report?
June 2014, June the 30th, 2014.
Today,
June the 30th, 2014.
and what prompted you, or why did you make an anonymous report to Adult Protective Services?
My main concern was her being locked up in.
They
the
really
house
heard them
by
threats all through the
herself.
sector
No
for a
kids
while.
Get out, and then they don't have central air, so it's hot during the summer. And just concerned about her being by herself with dementia, and she's by herself.
Well, she did the
How
right
did she
thing.
find herself?
Because he was he was the one that was taking care of her.
And was he working?
Yes, he works every day.
And was it your understanding at that time that while he was working, there was nobody at the home?
Yes.
Now, in addition to some of your concern being the fact that there was
No air in
conditioning
that house, in that
and
dirty house. Ooh,
she
can
by
you imagine the
herself.
smell?
Did you, in that report, talk anything about some of that verbal, what you may have heard him say and how it's supposed to be?
Yes.
Now, at any point in time, do you know if anything happened as a result of your anonymous report?
No.
Okay, you just made the report and that was it.
Yes.
Now, you said that you were aware that he was working. I don't know if you said it, but where was he working?
He was working at Georgia Tech on that time.
And do you know what he was doing for Georgia Tech?
Maintenance.
And did you ever have the occasion to become aware of how much money he was making while working at Georgia Tech?
Yes,
How did you become aware of it?
I did his taxes 1 year.
When do you recall you doing? When do you recall that you did his tax?
It may have been around 2013, somewhere around there.
And why did you come to do his taxes that year?
He asked me to do his taxes. I had set up at the Family Dollar store on Bankhead. So we were doing taxes through their store. And I, was just letting everyone know that I was doing taxes. And I was very affordable. So he asked me to do his taxes.
And if you can recall, at that time, 2013, 2014, about how much money was he making around that time? You can remember.
He was making about 26,000 or maybe 21. So it was in the 20s because I know 10,000 of it was going towards health insurance.
And that was in that 2013, 2014, that 1 year that you did his tax.
Yes.
Now,
Damn, is that normal? You make 20,000 and can't pay 10,000 in health insurance?
The defendant with wise
That's all?
sums of money.
Yes.
When was it?
Ooh, I would see him pull money out at the park.
Was that was that same time frame after Mr. Rooks died and before his mom passed away?
It was after Mr. Rooks died.
Now, prior to seeing him at the park with wise of money, prior to that, would you ever see him carrying that type of money?
No.
In that type of fashion?
No, he always had his money inside of his wallet.
And when you said you see him with wise of money, can you describe how he would pull out that money out of his pocket?
It would have a rubber band around it. It would, I guess, fold it with a rubber band around it.
And again, prior to Mr. Rooks's death, Jimmy Lee Rooks, you did not see him carry money in that fashion.
No.
But it was after she died. Was this when he began taking care of his mother?
Yes, because he had gotten power attorney. Yes, because her bills, she had
So basically, he hit a lick when his daddy died. So he started getting that pension, and then he had access to his mama money.
In particular, the household bills were paid.
And that's when he started falling with rubber band money.
How did you know he became power attorney?
He told me.
He told you.
Yes.
I'm going to show you what's been marked as State's Exhibit 113C. Do you recognize Exhibit 113C?
Yes.
And how do you recognize Exhibit 113C?
Okay, I didn't think that sounded normal to me.
Yes, that's how he carried his money, folded it with a rubber band around it.
And look at Exhibit 113C. Have you seen that picture prior to today? Did I show you the picture prior to today?
Yes.
Okay, and don't show it to the jury.
Oh, okay. I'm sorry.
Can you recognize that to be his hand in that picture?
Yes, it looks like his hand.
Right, this time say like 1060 with 113C to evidence.
I do object to it. She didn't take this picture. She doesn't know its provenance. She doesn't know where it came from. She sees a picture and might be his hand and some money. I'm gonna have to object. I don't think foundation's been laid.
So why do you think that's Mr. Rooks's hand?
Because it touched me a few times.
The watch?
Have you seen him with a watch like that before?
Yes. That's how he carried his money. If he turned his hand on the other side, I definitely wouldn't be able to tell, but.
Okay. She doesn't have to have taken the photo, but she does need to, I believe, need to be more certain that that is Mr. Rooks's hand as opposed to someone else's. So I'm not admitting 113C at this time, at least not through this witness.
Okay, not a problem. But looking at 113C, that is how he carried his money. And as you remember, in that period after
2013. Excuse me.
John,
After Mr.
Look,
Brooks died.
Actually, let me intervene. Were you planning on laying additional foundation through another witness during the course of the trial?
Yes.
Then I'll provisionally admit it and you can publish it, knowing that you run the risk of a motion if it is not later more thoroughly, I don't know if authenticated is the right word, but a more sufficient foundation is laid. But if you know that someone can say either I took that picture or I was there when this happened, so I can tell you who it is.
I sure hope they
will
let the
let
picture
you
go in
admit
because
it
I
through
want to
this
see the
witness
money
based
now.
on what she's had to say, knowing that you'll
I want to see it.
supplement the foundation for it.
The foundation will be supplement, but what I'll do is have her describe it now, and then when it comes in, the manner that it's going to come in, I'll deal with it.
Well, I don't want her to describe what's in it if it's not coming in.
It is going to come. I have a good faith basis that it will come in. It's
Okay.
from his cell phone transcripts. I believe it will come in.
Okay. Okay, based on what you've told me, I will allow this witness to talk more about what's in there because I think it will be tied up. And if it's not, I invite you all to make a motion. Okay? So
And I only have one last question.
go for it.
You just testified, how this money is in this picture is how you recall him seeing it in that time period, correct?
Yes.
Yeah. Now, when you would see him with the wad of money.
Damn,
you
we not
had
gonna see
any
the
thoughts
picture?
About that, given you were familiar with the salary that he had.
Yes.
What was it?
Where is all this money coming from? Because I know he didn't earn that type of money.
Now, when you were doing.
Showing off.
Um,
Flashing money at his ex.
his tax, did you have an occasion to get his W-2 statement?
Yes, I had his W-2 statement, yes.
And did you get his, any paycheck stuff or just a W-2?
It was a W-2 statement.
Now, did you ever have the occasion to know if Helios had a dog at his mother's home?
Yes.
Do you know what type of dog it was?
No, not that one, no.
We say not that one.
Because he had dogs back in 95. He had Rottweilers back in 95.
So in 95, he had Rottweiler. What about that period after Mr. Brooks died and before this?
I don't know what type of dog it was.
But you know, he had a dog, but not what type.
Yes.
In that period from after Mr. Brooks died, so 2012, 13-ish to 2017 or 14, did you ever have the occasion to speak with the defendant about as to why he purchased the dog or why he got it dog?
No, I didn't ask because I heard the dog barking. So like he said, he was trying to keep people out and keep her in. So I guess to keep people away.
So that why he told you that why he purchased the dog to keep people out?
I'm
Objection,
assuming.
speculation.
I'm asking, is that what he told you?
So repeat your question and don't answer it yet. Just repeat the question so then I can see if Mr. Korn is concerned.
Did he tell you that is why he purchased the dog?
Yes.
Okay, but you didn't, please don't answer. When I say don't answer the question, don't answer it till we get through the whole process. That question was okay. Next question.
Now, did you know anything about the music studio that Mr. Brooks was in?
Yes.
What event did you know about the music studio?
He told me that he had a studio for him and Cameron, who's his son.
And do you know if he had to pay for the studio equipment?
I don't know.
And again, this music studio, was that also in and around this time of after Mr. Brooks died? Up until when
That's where the money was going to.
Back in 2014.
Yes.
Now, since 2014, and I believe you said earlier, the last time you communicated with him was in and around the time you made the Adult Protective Services report
Have you spoken with, Hillary?
No,
Have you seen Hillary?
no,
Do you have any anger, vendetta, or anything against this?
no.
I have no further questions.
Mr. Korn.
You and Mr. Rooks dated in the 1990s
Yes.
and it ended?
Yeah, we stopped dating. Afterwards.
Okay. And he ended the relationship, isn't that correct?
Did he end the relationship?
Yes.
We both ended the relationship.
How many times
Don't
in
make
the
her come out the
21st
box.
century were you, Medotha Rooks and Hilliard Rooks all in the same room?
Maybe about, like I said, maybe about 4 or 5 times.
I'm talking now, not in the time,
In the
only in the
21st century?
21st century, only since 2000.
Oh,
Never.
the last time I saw her was at Allison's funeral
And when was that?
when he passed. But it wasn't, I know it was like
Let's hope it wasn't
2000,
before.
2006, I believe, if
Okay.
I'm not mistaken.
And that was the last time you recall being in the same place as Medotha Rooks.
Yes.
Now, I believe you've.
Now he's trying to
stated
say
that
she a scorned
You
woman.
heard him yelling at Medotha, you heard Hilliard yelling at Medotha?
Yes.
And this was over the telephone?
Yes.
So you heard half the conversation?
Yeah, I heard him talking.
So you didn't hear anything she said?
No, no.
Okay. So you don't know whether she was being just as abusive or loud to him?
No, I don't.
No. Now, you indicated that there was no central AC in the house, but does that mean there was no air conditioning at all?
Well, the times I were at the house, there was no central air. It was
Okay.
always hot.
In fact, there was a window unit in the house, wasn't there?
I don't recall a house unit.
She's about to shake her head. Yes. Which one is it, ma'am?
Now, you say he took out wads of money at the park.
Yes.
Did you count this money?
I
No, I
thought she was
didn't
gonna come
count
out the
So
box.
as far as you
out
know,
the
it could have been
bag.
a 20 and a bunch of ones or wadded up paper. You don't know what was inside that, do you?
No.
So it could have been $21, it could have been $20, it could have been nothing.
True.
So. You were aware that he carried on a recording studio, or a music studio.
Yes.
And that was on Cameron's behalf? That was for Cameron, I think you
Yes.
said?
Yes.
Isn't it possible that he made some income off of that?
I don't know.
Okay. Are you aware of whether he did any other cash business like maintenance or anything like that?
I don't know.
Did?
Yeah, but he
the
doing a
Rooks
good
house
job
on
because
North Avenue, did it have any
he
kind of
breaking down her
security system?
testimony.
I don't know.
Cause you heard me say
Would a
that was
dog
all
have
their
been a
money in his
pretty good
pocket.
security system?
The dog? Yes.
In that neighborhood, do you think that might have been not such a bad idea?
I think in that neighborhood, I think you would need a security system as well as a dog.
Thank you. No further questions.
Mm-hmm.
Any redirect?
Yes, when you did his taxes back in that one time, did he file any other income outside of his Georgia Tech income?
No.
So to your knowledge, the only thing he had coming in was from Georgia Tech.
Yes.
Any questions from the jurors? All right, thank you, Ms. Williams, for being here.
Okay, y'all. So let me just take a peep at who we got coming
Next
up
witness.
next.
Catherine Officer.
Oh Lord, this look like the
Thank you,
next
Ms.
witness
Williams.
is the type of witness I was looking for. Is this a family member? Now she look like she gonna be messy. Wait. When you see a senior citizen with a haircut like this, oh, she gonna be messy. You know what I'm saying? She's still keeping her, she jazzy. She got her little low maintenance haircut looking all cute. Then it's blonde, gray, or what have you. Oh yeah, let's see who this woman is, because we might have 30 minutes for her. I need an inside scoop from a family member.
You can, if you don't mind, taking your mask down
I
will
need
help us
somebody to
hear you.
spill
If
the
you're
tea.
comfortable with that, that'll help us a bunch. Thank you.
My name is Catherine Jeanette Alston. Alston is my last name.
Oh, yeah,
I'm
she
sorry
sound
that
like she
chair's
has
so
some good
heavy. We
phone
just
calls
don't
every
want
day.
people falling off the edge there. There's no little guardrail, but thank you for getting near the microphone.
And Ms. Also, where are you from?
I'm from Atlanta, Georgia.
And, where were you raised at?
Let's see
I
how
was
she knows.
raised at 1255 North Avenue, Northwest Atlanta, Georgia.
Oh, that's his sister?
Excuse me?
Do you work?
I'm retired now.
Where did you retire from?
She said she was raised at the same address, 1251 North Avenue West. This might be the sister. Ooh.
Retired from the Atlanta Journal-Constitution newspapers.
And do you still currently live in Atlanta?
I live outside of Atlanta in Ellenwood, Georgia.
And do you still have a home here in the city of Atlanta?
Yes, I do.
And what home is it?
1255 North Avenue, Northwest Atlanta, Georgia, 30318.
I'm sorry.
30318.
And so you own the home that you grew up in?
Yes.
And who currently resides in that house?
My brother, Howard Alston.
Now let's talk about your time at 1255 North Avenue.
Oh, maybe it's a
When did you
neighbor.
first move into 1255 North Avenue?
Could they
We
1251?
moved in the house around the early 60s,
neighbor.
around 62, 63. It was a brand new house.
Okay.
And when you moved into this house, did you have any neighbors?
At the particular time, we didn't have any neighbors because the Rook's house was on the left and it hadn't been built yet.
About how soon after you moved in, did that house get built and then was moved into there?
I think within a 2-year span, maybe around 64.
But that's even better. Nosy neighbor.
64,
Okay.
around that time.
And about
She was very proud of that new house her mama and them bought. Okay.
the Brooks moved into their house.
I know when we moved in our house, I was 8 years old. And when the Rooks moved, I was about, how old was I? About 10.
Who moved into the house with the Brooks family?
Excuse me?
Who moved into that house with the Brooks family?
The Medotha, Mrs. Rooks, Medotha Rooks, Jimmy Lee Rooks.
So this not the
Addison
sister.
Rooks, Hilliard Rooks.
This the neighbor.
Was it just the four of them that lived
It's
in the
just the
home?
four of
I
them.
thought it might be the
yes.
sister because I thought she said 1250. She was next door.
1251.
Yeah.
Yes, correct.
And do you see Hilliard Brooks in the courtroom today?
Yes, I do.
And if you can also identify him by article.
Yeah, she knew them growing
Yes,
up.
I do.
Okay, you can describe to us an article of clothing that he's wearing and where he is positioned.
Yes, I can.
Go, you can do it.
Go for it. Can you tell us where you think he is in the courtroom? Is he sitting up here? No, you don't have to
Where's
go
she
anywhere. Just say,
going?
hey, he's to my left, he's to my right, he's on the ceiling.
He's on the right
Wait,
side.
wait. See, I told y'all she was gonna get up here and cut up. I knew it by that short blonde natural. I knew it. Not only can she describe him, but she willing to get up and go point him out person to person. She about to get up and go over there and say, "This him right here, duck, duck, goose." She was ready. Girl, if you don't sit down.
The gentleman with the blue tie and the white shirt.
All right, Ms. Alston has identified Mr. Rooks. Thank you.
And
Oh my God.
briefly about the relationship to your family and the Brooks family.
That's
when y'all
funny.
first moved into the home.
Now, see, she gonna be one of the people that fall off the stand.
Our relationship was as neighbors. We grew up together. We played together. We were neighborly in the community. At the time, the community has changed so much, but we grew up as neighbors, growing up and living right beside each other. So our parents knew each other. My parents had a conversation with his father and mother and just neighborly, how neighbors would act and know each other and talk in the yard, talk amongst each other. We
It was that y'all were good, y'all were neighbors.
we were good neighbors and good friends.
With, first Ms. Mendoza Rooks, do you know, when you first moved in, was she working?
Miss Rooks was a Atlanta public school teacher. She was working, yes, full-time teacher.
A full-time teacher. And what about Mr. Jimmy Lee?
Mr. Rooks worked for the Atlanta Housing Authority.
Good hardworking parents.
And, during that time, did you ever have occasions to go inside of the house of Ms. Rooks?
When we were younger, well, growing up then was kind of different than it is today. We were not, our parents were very disciplined, and we just didn't run in and out of each other's homes. But occasionally, I had been inside their home as teenagers, yes.
What about later on in life? Have you ever been inside?
Yes, yes.
I'm gonna talk about a couple of different periods. Had you ever had the occasion to be inside of her house as an adult when Mr. Rooks was still alive?
Yes.
Mr. Rooks meaning,
Jimmy Lee Rooks.
okay,
How did they keep their home at that time when Mr. Rooks was still alive, but you're an adult, later on?
You caught that too as teenagers.
Miss Rooks kept the home orderly, furnishings were orderly, and everything was orderly and clean, fresh smelling, and pleasant.
Now.
Murder of his mother.
Moved into your home in the 60s.
You charged with murder, not
Did you
negligence.
ever have occasion to leave your home and live elsewhere?
But it's by way
Yes,
of
when
negligence, though.
I got married in 1978, and when I left the house for the very first
married,
time to
Lola,
get married, that was the
wow.
very first time that I left my home to get married.
And after that period, when you first left home, once you got married, did you ever return back to that location?
Yes, I did. After my marriage dissolved and I went through a divorce, I came back home to live because I sold my other marital residence. I sold that home and I came back home to live in the family home because my mother at that time had developed Alzheimer's disease and dementia.
And if we can tell the Jordan time frame, about when did you move back into your family home? And this is the home on 1255.
Yes,
Yep,
yes.
after Mr. Jimmy died, it sounded like it went down.
Oh, let me see. It was around the early 80s, I was married in 78. I was married 5 years. So it was after that divorce period that I went through. Let me see, I think it was around the
83, 84.
84. It was around the mid to late 80s.
And when you came back that second time to help care for your mother, how long did you stay and take care of your mother at your family?
I stayed and took care of my mother until she passed.
And when was it?
She passed January 1996.
Now, you said that your mother had
About 10 years.
Alzheimer's.
Mhm.
Tell me, what type of care did you provide for your mother?
Basic home care, providing meals, her everyday existence, meaning clothing, just her care, her needs, taking her to the doctors, running errands, grocery shopping,
Paying the
taking her
bills.
shopping, providing medical care, taking her to appointments, doctor's appointments. She always had doctor's appointments. Just her overall, taking care of her overall well-being
Now, did you have any assistance, in helping take care of your mom?
My brother was always around, Howard Austin. He assisted me.
Now, when you were taking care of your mom, knowing that she had Alzheimer's at the time, would you ever leave your mother alone, when you began to care for her?
Well, I also had a good friend of mine that I would trusted her, and I gave her the keys to my house, and she would ride the bus over to come inside and take care of my mom when I wasn't around, when I wasn't there. So it was always somebody there. Either me, Howard, or this young lady would come and make sure that my mother got up out of the bed, that she was fed and clothed and bathed and ate, 3 meals and stayed clean and everything.
Now, in that period of time when you moved, back into the home, so we're talking about the mid-80s, when you said from 1996, would you see Miss Rose?
Yes, all the time.
Tell us about her condition and how she was when you saw her during that period of time.
During the time when my mother was living,
Yes.
Miss Rooks was active. I mean, she would go out of town with her sister, Osadell. She participated in activities. She liked to swim. She got a swimming pool, a top ground pool in the backyard. She was active. She was a very active woman. She liked to travel. She would travel. She liked to play the lottery, buying tickets and going back and forth to the store to buy tickets. And she was just an active lady.
And during this time, when your mother was alive, with Miss Rooks, Miss Mendoza, would she drive herself?
She was driving. Yeah, she would drive herself.
That's some old school names.
As far as how she kept herself, as far as dressing clothing, how did she dress? How did she dress?
She would dress moderately. She used to have a little hat on sometimes, but she would dress comfortable and clean and accommodating, and she would dress nice. She would always have her handbag or her purse, her pocketbook with her, and she was always neat.
Now, during this time, was Hillius living at the house?
I believe he was living there.
Now, after that period, after your mom passed away, did you remain at that house, or did you remain living at 1255?
After my mom passed away, I did remain at the house, but I did leave around, I think it was around the early 2000s. I left and became involved and had a relationship, and I left and moved in with Angela.
And
who was Angela, girl?
And how often?
Let me find out.
Back to the house and when you were there?
I would go back because I still had mail, pieces of mail and correspondences and mail going to the house, and I would go back just to go back to check on the house. At that point, Howard was living there, and Howard and I worked out a relationship for him to pay rent. And
let me find out this lady old stud that's sitting there looking all. I said she was looking cute and jazzy, but maybe she looking all handsome and shit. Who the hell is Angela? Okay, who is Angela?
I would go maybe once or twice a week. I would just go by the house and check on things and look around and walk around and observe the yard maintenance and just to make sure everything kind of stayed looking neat.
And that was at your home?
Excuse me.
That was at your home at 1255? that you would. kinda
Yeah, hey,
check
Fedora,
into
good
and
evening.
get started on what you would try.
Right.
When you would, go back, so you said you left probably around 2000.
Around 2000, early 2000s, let me see, Nichelle graduated, let me see, Cambridge graduated. Then Nichelle was the last one to graduate. So around 2004-ish, maybe 2005, I left.
Now, during that time,
To go live with Angela, okay.
right when you left or were getting ready to move out of your home, you mentioned Addison Rooks earlier.
That's his brother,
Is that
Addison.
yes?
Yes.
Okay. Do you know at that time, Addison Rooks, where he was living?
Addison always stayed at their home, at, right beside. He never left to go anywhere.
Now, during that early 2000 period, did Addison Rooks become sick?
Addison became sick. I
That's
don't
the brother,
know
y'all.
what his medical condition was, but he became sick, and Addison ended up dying at home.
So you know they were caring for him at home.
Yes, his care was at home.
And do you know, to your knowledge, was he doing at-home hospice?
Yes, Addison was doing at-home hospice. Because I remember
Hope you had a good day.
there was a hospital bed, a large bed.
No,
in
Angela
the,
was, she definitely said
living room
Angela.
area.
And so during that time, he had a large bed, a medical bed.
Medical
You would see
bed.
Addison inside.
Yeah.
So now that brings the case up right there, what she's saying about the brother that died, right? So if he had a brother in the house who at one point in time was in hospice at home, that would mean to me as a juror, the first thing I would think is, okay, so he's familiar with this type of situation. He didn't see medical equipment be in the house. If he got an 83-year-old mama with dementia, why the hell he had her living on the couch? Why he didn't have no medical bed? He know they existed. His brother had one in the house years before. Now that's what I would think. That is what I'm thinking once I hear it, and I'm like a lit lane juror, right? So I think that's a good line of questioning to ask. Because it ain't like he was unfamiliar and had never seen nothing like that. What y'all think?
Now,
Oh, did you say period? My exact thoughts. He didn't give a fuck about his mom. Oh, that showed.
Was Mr. Jimmy Lee Brooks still alive?
He was alive for a few years. Yes, he was.
Now, did there come a point in time where Mr. Jimmy Lee Brooks passed away?
Yes, Mr. Rooks got sick. I don't know what the medical situation was, but he got sick and he later passed on as well.
So now we'll talk about that period after Jimmy Lee Brooks died up until Miss Brooks passed away.
Okay.
Okay, y'all, we're going to end in about 7
During
minutes.
this period of time between Mr.
Make it
Brooks
even 2
dying,
hours.
which was after Addison.
Mm-hmm. Addison passed first. Mm-hmm.
Did you have the occasion to see Miss Mendoza Brooks?
I didn't see her as often, as much. I didn't see her outside the home much. She was always inside at the front door. There was a burglar door, and then there was a wood door. The
That
wood
is
door
sad.
was open,
What to say, which
so
is sad to think about because he
with
was
the
the
burglar
only
door
child
being
from both
there,
mom and
you could
daddy.
talk
His other
through.
siblings was half siblings.
And I could see her standing in the living room, or I could approach that burglar door and talk through it because it had a screen in it. And I could talk through and have a conversation with Ms. Rooks.
Was she ever able to open the door and maybe come outside or even let you in during that period of time?
Half siblings, because that was his
She
children.
couldn't open the
That was his
door.
daddy's
She
children, but
was
not his
locked
mama's
in.
children.
She was locked in the house. She couldn't come out because I would ask Ms. Rooks, did she need for me to get her anything? Or I said, well, can I come in? And she said that she didn't know where the key was. She was locked in.
Damn.
That Helios, when he came back, that he would let her, open the door. She couldn't get out. She couldn't get out.
So from your knowledge at this time, she didn't have the ability to get out because she didn't know where.
She didn't know how to get out. she had no idea how to get out.
Now, again, I'm talking about that period
Damn.
after Mr. Jimmy was died and up until her death. How was she physically looking at that point?
Her demeanor was changing, her behavior.
I want to know how old she
um,
was when her
Since I
husband
had
died.
experience dealing with my mom
Was
with
she already in her
Alzheimer's and
70s? Was she in her
dementia,
60s? That's what I want to know.
she took on a lot of the characteristics of a person with dementia and Alzheimer's, because I know how my mother was. And Miss Roots would talk to me, and
Good point. Went to say,
she
hell, the
was
mom must have been a pretty okay lady.
repeating
Take care of his
things
husband
and
outside kids or children from a prior
forgetting
relationship.
things. I know when her husband died, she
Yeah,
kept
because
saying,
Addison died there.
I'm gonna tell Jimmy this, and you know, Jimmy's, she called her husband Jimmy. I said, Miss Rooks, Mr. Rooks is gone. He's deceased. He's not coming back, and he's gone. But she would talk about him like in the present tense, like he was still around. And that gave me indication that the Alzheimer's was kind of affecting her memory.
Now, when you observe this, before I ask you that, at this point in time, was Hilliard her only surviving immediate family member? Well, the only adult family member.
Yes, because Addison has passed, Mr. Rooks had passed, so Helios was her primary
What about the sister?
provider.
Now, at that point in time, when you noticed these things about her memory, did you say anything to?
That wasn't her daughter.
Hilliard about her?
I told Helios, and I several times, I said, Helios, do you need any help with your mother? Do you want me? I had some resources that I could contact some people to help him with helping with her care. And I asked him several times, and he said that I got this, you know, and he just kind of rebuffed me, and I got this. No, I don't need any help. You know, I don't need any help. I said, okay. I didn't want to pry and be too forward, too aggressive, but he just kind of pushed me off. Just, no, Kathy, I don't need any help.
And at that time, did you think he had it under control?
At the time, I thought he had it under control because I did see him frequently coming over to the house and bringing food for his mom, and you know, to go food and to go bags, and he would come and bring, because I didn't live. I didn't know that he hadn't moved. I didn't know whether he would live there or not live there, but I know he didn't work far away. He worked at Georgia Tech, which was not that far away, and he would bring back lunches and meals for his mother.
He fed us now.
Now, you said that you told him that you had resources or ability to provide resources. What type of resources were you referring to that you would have given?
Well, I was going to give him some information on the aging. Fulton County and City of Atlanta has aging services that help people with in-home health care providing. And I was going to help him find a source or resource to help him with his mother, since I knew the kind of help that I was providing with my mom. It was a lot. I just happened to have someone of my own friendship to help me. But at one point with my mother, I had visiting nurses come in, but I didn't like visiting nurses. But there were just different resources out there that you could call to get somebody to help you with care. And I know Helios, you know, he was a
Well-
single guy, and
Tell it.
I just didn't know what his time was like, but I just knew if he needed some help, tell me and let me know you need some help. And I can help find you somebody to help with your mother. I know it could have been a lot for him.
And every time that you offered help, it appeared that he would rebut that help.
He would rebut the help. Yes. Yes. Every time.
Now.
Okay, we're gonna stop right there.
Come a time where Hilliard told you
Hold on.
that,
Answer this question.
that he had Miss Brooks in hospice.
I remember he did say something about that.
And did you know she was in hospice care or not?
He said something about it, but I know with hospice care, they usually have people coming in and out of your home, but I never saw anybody. I never saw anybody come over the times that I was there. I never saw any ladies, or I didn't never see anybody.
Let me ask you this. You said at this time you were living somewhere else. How often would you be coming over to your house on your family?
I would come over about twice a week. Just random, twice a week.
Okay, we're gonna stop right there. And tomorrow we're gonna pick up with her. And then who does it look like? There might be the grandson or somebody, but I've been wrong on guessing these damn witnesses. Okay, so tomorrow we'll come in, finish her testimony, her cross-examination, and then I do know that tomorrow we'll hear from one of his cousins, which is one of the victim's nephews. We're gonna hear from a lady that was at the hospital when, and you gotta hear that because I previewed it, when they brought her in that time a couple of years before. So that'll be tomorrow's testimony, okay? Thank y'all for sticking in there with me through this. I got some other trials that I have been telling y'all that I told y'all about last week, but I was letting them conclude. The beheading trial, I didn't show it yet, but I picked this one instead of that one because it still hadn't finished yet, and I wanted to let the trial wrap up, which is going to do this week. And that's the beheading trial. That's real interesting. That's a mess. And then I thought I had found another trial, but they said that trial might go through January. So, child, we're gonna hold off until for that one. But y'all have a good night tonight. Oh, let me see what said. Him bringing her food didn't matter, depending on how advanced her dementia was, because she wouldn't be able to remember to eat it or anything else. Right? That's why she needed 24-hour care. You know. And it's obvious he wasn't giving it to her, you know. So I'll see y'all tomorrow. Same bad channel, same bad time. I think I got that all wrong. Until we meet again, y'all be blessed. Don't be stressed. He can handle all the rest. Good night.